Hello. Oh, I don't know what that was. Anyway, hi, this is, what am I calling this? Oh yeah, Red Shadow. Coming at you, for the first time. And you might be thinking, wow, this is interesting. This is not, what I expected. I don't know what you were expecting. I think slurping in the mic is a good move. I'm gonna make sure set a timer right now to make sure I do that on the dot. Yeah, let me just actually set a timer for that real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna set. Oh, this is the alarm. Now, why would it be set for 000? We're just gonna back out of this. This is one of those things where you go for something, you miss. You got two options. You could try again, or you could throw in the towel. I think this is the towel throwing type of thing. So we're gonna just go back. So, what's going on? I'm sure you're thinking, gee, this guy's really recording his floor of his bedroom. You know, why is there a DS Lite on the floor? That's strange. Well, the truth is, I've always wanted to do this. Not really, I don't want to do this. I hate this. This is so stupid to me. But I've always wanted to do this because I know that, well, the clock only moves one direction, you see, as we can observe on this fine June summer evening. And not getting any younger. And it's probably a good idea to jot down some notes about my feelings, thoughts, and desires in regards to not only games, but, you know, much more. And the best way to do that is to immortalize my persona non grata and begin at the beginning with a game that I'm sure many of you had played, but many have not. It's going to be played in a way where you can follow along yourself. I'm likely going to have many hours to fully develop the ideas that I have and share them with you. It will suffice as essentially a companion piece if you'd like to play as well. Or if you just like to watch or listen, then you get to enjoy, and you can get my word, my guarantee that whenever possible, there will be no spoilers for what happens later. So I'm going to treat it seriously. Now, what game are we going to play? As you can see in the top slot of the DS Lite, Pokemon Platinum version. But that's not what we're playing. It was all a ruse. And for you true gamers, I'm going to give you a sneak peek at what exactly it is we'll be playing. Oh, ooh, yeah. That's the stuff. So, without further ado, let's give this a try, huh? Yeah. Game Boy. That scratch there. Wonderful. I can actually even get a little closer here, you know? Might as well. I always find it very funny that the Pokemon on the right jumps towards the Pokemon on the left. Only true gamers understand why that's a baffling decision. So I'll press start here. Now, a few things to say. For those of you who are like, what is going on? Where's Jonesy from Fortnite? Where's my baby Baba? You're like, what is this? So this is not a Game Boy Advance. This is a DS Lite specifically. One of the coolest features that was later dropped by these systems was the ability to play Game Boy Advance games. And in so doing, made the system essentially backwards compatible. There are limitations to that. I won't get into those, but I'm only playing on the DS Lite because it was the easiest to access. And as I've mentioned, time is of the essence. The faster I can get this to you, the better. Now, there's a file here, someone named Ingrid. This is my copy of the game. Nobody else has owned this copy. I believe this was a test, testing some sort of aspect of the game that we don't really even need to look at. Normally, I would give the file eternal life by looking in it, you know, seeing what exactly happened, and, you know, before I callously save over the data and Ingrid will be lost forever. But in this case, it's sort of a sock puppet account, and we don't really need to think about that. So we're gonna go ahead and hit new game. Now I apologize, I will not be reading text for the most part. There you go. Tech issues. I'm not going to be reading any text, pretty much, for the most part. It's going to be all there for you to read, so I don't need to read it to you. However, there are instances in this game, and others if I get to them, where I have to essentially read the text to you because it's too good to not. Hopefully I understand properly the conditions that I'm in right now. This is a blurb about what exactly you can expect from this game, from this series. If you've never played, please feel free to peruse. Just to let you know, this game is a remake of another game. The first in the series, in fact. What put Pokemon on the map and made them the multimedia cash conglomerate that they are today. This was their second attempt, and they've hence made another attempt at making this exact game. Suffice it to say, it's something I've spent a lot of time with, so I thought it was a good place to start. Love that little button on the end of the song there to, you know, punch it. Hello there, glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Just kidding, I'm not gonna voice act. So yeah, this is the Pokemon professor himself. Goes by Oak, Professor Oak in English. Many of the names, I think up to and including Oak, I'm not quite sure, but are localized. So they they're not the same in Japan. But this guy is the Pokemon professor, and he's showing us a Pokemon there and essentially explaining to us what crazy situation we're about to enter into. Now he doesn't battle Pokemon anymore. He's hung up that hat. He's getting on in years, and he's settled down, and he's instead developed research into Pokemon themselves. So he wants to know a little bit about ourselves. He wants to know if we're a boy or a girl. Now this is a tough decision. In fact, this decision might be so tough that I think you guys are going to have to decide for me. I want to hear you holler in the comments. I want to know, essentially we're doing a snap poll on whether or not I should select the first choice, which says boy, or the second choice that says girl. So make your voices heard, and next time we will be making the most crucial decision of the playthrough, and it will be your decision. Is it a scratch or is it a hair? That's going to be the last thing we do here. It was a hair. It was a hair the whole time. Can you believe it? Next time, we decide what gender we are. See ya.